On, everyone? It's your boy Ben and JB from JBM Sports Media coming at you guys with a little bit of a tankathon video here today, talking about the Jets. Gonna get a little bit into the Giants as well, Raiders, everything like that, the draft order at the current moment. But obviously, JB being a Jets fan, he's gonna give us his perspective here today. First of all, while we were getting and prepping for this video, by the way, there's a report that came out that we're gonna get into right here, right now. So it's gonna be a little bit of breaking news for you guys as well. Talking about Aaron Glenn's job security. If you guys want to go over this real quick, it's starting to feel like a Gerard Mayo in New England season. Glenn is not safe. New York has been blown out each of the last 4 days, including a remarkable to the Dolphins, Saints. The Patriots scored 35 by halftime on Sunday. Unfortunately, JB was watching that. So let's just call it what it is. I mean, now that this report has officially come out and it's out there, I mean, I'll put it up right here. Is Glenn one and done? JB, your thoughts right here. You're the Jets fan. Take it over.
He's got to be one and done. I'm sorry. I know there's a lot of fans out there saying you got to give him a chance. This team is young. They haven't drafted yet together, really. Let them build a squad. No. And no next Sunday as well. This guy, I don't care about the passion. I don't care about the drive to win. They don't win, okay? And let me explain something to you. Their defense has been putrid. He hired Steve Wilks as their defensive coordinator. Explain to me where Steve Wilks has been good anywhere as a head coach or D coordinator. Nowhere, not in the NFL. He was not really good in Carolina, and he was not good as a New York Jet, to the point where Aaron Glenn actually had to fire him with 5 games or 6 games left in the season because it was that putrid of a performance. They were bottom. They're dead last in almost every defensive category except for passing yards allowed. They give him 30 points a game. 30. Is this flag football we're talking about? 30 points every Sunday they give up. They can't score for the life of them. They were blown. It was 35-3, I think, at halftime on Sunday, where they're starting to jaw with other players and the other. Get off the field, okay? Let other teams shit talk because they could shit talk, because you guys are absolutely a disgrace, and it starts with the coaching, okay? Aaron Glenn has not a clue of how to run a football team. Maybe he could have been a D coordinator, but that's where it ends. He was not ready to be a head coach. I just don't understand how Jets fans could want another year of this. Francisco Mendoza is literally coming onto the NFL draft scene and going to be the number 1 pick.
Oh, Fernando Mendoza, you mean Fernando?
Excuse me, Fernando.
Yeah,
and we're going to literally have Aaron Glenn at the helm running this kid. No, I'm sorry. It's not gonna work. It is not gonna work. His head is in the clouds. This is just, it's been putrid all year. And if I hear another press conference of Aaron Glenn stating how it wasn't effort, it was just their guys beating us. How many weeks could we possibly go through another Aaron Glenn press conference where he's saying it wasn't effort? They played hard all 4 quarters. How did they play hard? It was 35-3. You guys got ran out of the building in the first 4 or 5 drives of the game. The game was over. You're talking about effort? What effort? You guys lost 42-10 on your own home turf. Where was the effort? You had your 3rd string quarterback in who looked like a chicken without a head. Yeah, I'm not going to blame Brady. I'm not going to blame Brady Cook for that performance. And now you got Justin Fields. What are you going to do with him? You're going to have to cut him.
Yeah.
$30 million you gave a backup quarterback $30 million. That's what you did.
And real quick as well, what did you say at the second half, basically? We were talking about this before we went on the air about Aaron Glenn and the clipboard in the second half.
He looks, and this is something that it's actually been something that's been like going on, like a rumor where he doesn't hold the clipboard. But he's the head coach. He doesn't have a clip. He looks like a special teams coordinator out there. He doesn't look engaged at all. He has no clipboard. You don't even have a plan. Look at guys like Sean Payton. They got clipboards with pages of plays. Matt LaFleur. They got these giant playbooks. They're involved. They're calling plays. They're switching it up. They're making adjustments. And Glenn is just sitting there like this. Our effort was really good today. Oh, that's good. I'm so glad that millionaires were running out and they gave a good effort. That's great. I really want to. I'm so enthusiastic about the effort that the New York Jets gave. They lost by 32 on their own home field to the New England Patriots,
And
a team that was dead in the water a year ago.
right. And if we could get into the draft order and everything that comes with it right now, unfortunately, I don't even think you guys would be in line unless you make a trade to move up a few first round, use some of those first round picks. You guys right now would be third, and the Raiders would be first, and they would get Mendoza. I'm pretty sure they would get him because they need a quarterback. Geno Smith is not ideal for them. Unless I don't know. Right now, it looks like you guys would be in line to trade my guy from Oregon for draft Dante Moore, and he's not a bad quarterback, but obviously I know he's not no Mendoza under pressure type of quarterback. I know that right now, but even looking at this currently, I know that the Raiders have, I believe, the Chiefs. You guys have the Bills, and the Giants, I think, have the Cowboys to end off. So maybe the Raiders, if they somehow beat the Chiefs, which is doable, by the way, it's doable technically. You guys could jump up, but how do you feel looking at this right now, this mock draft right here? Shout out Tankathon for this one.
I just feel bad for any quarterback that becomes a New York Jet. I'm sorry. This is supposed to be a positive thing. It's not. There's no positivity here. Darren Muji has to fire Aaron Glenn. You can't have Aaron Glenn ruining Fernando Mendoza or even Dante Moore. Forget it. Why ruin a kid that's third? Let him go. Let him go to the Cardinals. The Cardinals could use a quarterback. Maybe Kyler Murray. It's probably going to end there. It doesn't look like it's
done.
That looks like a divorce that's going to happen there. Maybe they should draft a guy like Dante Moore. The Jets don't deserve to draft a quarterback because they're inept to develop a quarterback. So I don't know why any Jet fan would feel confident. Yeah, you go out and you get you go to the best restaurant, but the cook in the back is blind. That's what this is like.
Jeez, chat, let us know what you think about this. Obviously, kind of going back, looking at this draft order, like I said, it could change within next week. Maybe the Raiders do pull up a miraculous victory this past week. The reason that they're currently having the first overall pick is because what we're going to talk about, the Tankathon game on Sunday between the Giants and Raiders, which if you guys watched that game, it was only to figure out who's going to hold the number one pick. Nobody watched that out of excitement for the offense. Nobody watched that out of excitement for the defense. The Giants, though, they did handle business. I'll say that. They handled business. And now they're at number two. I mean, I feel a mixture of ways. Obviously, you're supposed to be excited. Your young quarterback is getting wins, but I get why you guys would want the number one overall pick to trade back and get picks in return for the future. But it's I don't know, man. I don't know how to feel about that.
Now, look, let me ask you a question. You being an Oregon Ducks fan,
yeah.
If the Jets went out and got a Dante Moore, is that a smart move in your opinion?
It's good. I think there's the ceiling for a guy like Dante Moore with, I will say, a good head coach. That's going to be key under a guy like Dante Moore.
Well, the Jets don't have one, so take it. Like I said, go to Arizona. Maybe they'll fix you. I don't know what to tell you. Don't come to the Jets unless you want to be a punter. Don't come to the New York Jets.
Which the exciting thing, if you look at Mendoza Moore, if they both win their matchups this Wednesday, New Year's Day, I know Indiana plays Alabama, Oregon plays Texas Tech, and if they both win their matchup, they're going to be meeting up in the semifinals. And that matchup between Dante Moore and Mendoza, who knows? Maybe one rises another stock. You know what I mean? Maybe Mendoza stays at one, but maybe Dante Moore, let's say he shows that he's more calm in a big game like that, more composed. Maybe his stock goes up more. Regardless, I think the Jets have draft capital. Let's say the Raiders win this weekend against the Chiefs. Like I said, that's doable with the Chiefs' current state. If they win and they fall back down and the Giants lose against the Cowboys, they get the number one pick. Or let's say they both somehow win, because I don't know if Dallas is going to necessarily be hyped up enough to play their starters. I mean, they could, but they don't want to risk unnecessary injury at this point. But let's say somehow the Giants end up going on a winning streak and win again, then the Jets would have the number one pick. So it could go either way. I know Mendoza and Moore, that's going to be the two quarterbacks that are looked at very heavily going into the NFL draft. And the fact that these two could play each other within the next week or so, that would be absolutely incredible. I hope we get that. Yeah, I really do hope we get that. Looking back at it real quick, at this report, like I said, it just came out when we were going to record. Glenn's job is not safe to me, and I'll just look at it from, outside perspective, not a Jets fan perspective. I think this is a Gerard Mayo type of situation right here. I think it's best explained. The fact that they're getting blown out by teams and, just getting dog walked, and he's saying the same thing in the pressers. Like, bro, it's just a horrible look. And I think Glenn is a great defensive coordinator, a great one. I think that's something he could very much so succeed in his NFL career, being a great defensive coordinator. Sometimes guys just don't have it. I mean, what's the guy that he was the OC on the Patriots and then he went to the Raiders? I forgot his name. On the Raiders, he went to the Raiders and became a head coach, but he was horrible. McDaniels.
McDaniels, yes.
Yeah. Some people transitioning coordinators to head coach, they just can't do it. I mean,
Sure.
what would the Jets be in the same situation if maybe they go and hire guys like Brian Flores, defensive coordinator from the Vikings, bring another DC, or should they bring in a guy like McCarthy that's obviously right now doesn't coach a team?
I've been saying this for a while. They need to bring in a head coach that could form and mold a quarterback. I would like Mike McCarthy. He's an offensive-minded coach, and he's worked with great quarterbacks. He's also molded young quarterbacks like Aaron Rodgers. After Brett Favre left, he dealt with Aaron Rodgers in the early parts of his career and was able to mold him and work through a young Aaron Rodgers, first part of his career. Then he worked with Dak. Dak did very well under Mike McCarthy and his system. Okay? Maybe he would do well again coming to the Jets and revamping that entire offense. I've been saying this for a while. The Jets need an experienced head coach, a coach with an offensive mind. Go out and hire a legitimate defensive coordinator. I wouldn't have minded Aaron Glenn as a D coordinator. I've seen the things he did in Detroit. Even though the first 2 years they were a little rocky, they went on the up and up, and they were very good in his final years in Detroit. And I wouldn't have minded a guy like him coming over as the DC. As the HC, absolutely not. It's just not working. I really did give him a shot. I know it's just 1 year, and people are probably saying, no, you didn't give him a shot. It's only 1 year. No, this has been abysmal. It's almost been like an Adam Gase type situation. Forget Gerard Mayo. Gerard Mayo was a pawn in New England. He was just used for 1 year because I kind of think Kraft and everybody knew what they were going to do. The following year, at the head coaching position, they were going to go heavy after Vrabel. So I think they kind of just used Mayo. This to me was they thought that they were going to have Glenn in place for the next 4 to 5 years. And to me, it's been abysmal. It's been an absolute nuclear bomb. And I think that they have to get rid of him. I do. I'm sorry. I don't think a guy like Mendoza or a guy like Dante Moore are going to thrive and flourish in a system ran with Aaron Glenn at the helm. I'm sorry.
So you do believe it's going to be a one and done thing at the end of the day?
I think it should be. I wouldn't be surprised if he comes back to prove himself, but I don't think that he should have any. He shouldn't have any finger on any type of draft pick. He shouldn't be able to pick any draft. I think he should be fired. Look at what he did with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is playing for a division title this coming Sunday, and they told Aaron Rodgers to his face that he was not good enough to play football for the New York Jets, and they were going to go in a different direction. Well, by golly, do they look stupid.
Yeah, really much so, because I think he would have been open to, stay at the end of the day. 1 more year for the Jets. I think he would have been open for that. But
he wanted to come back. He wanted to be a Jet. He wanted to retire a Jet. He had a really good second year as a Jet. There was a lot of promise there, and he should have been there to run that offense. And instead, they went with Fields because they wanted to put their thumbprint on this team, and it hasn't worked. They've struck out on every possible home run that they've tried to hit has been a strikeout.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, right? Because if you look at after that week 1, how they played the Steelers so close, and Justin Fields actually balled out that game, and now we're like thinking that Aaron Glenn's job might not be secure. It's crazy.
Their first game of the year looked so promising. Justin Fields looked like he was turning a corner. It looked like, wow, if this guy plays like this every week, the Jets are going to win 9 games.
Yeah, exactly.
All they got to do is shore up the defense and make a couple of stops. And if they play like this, and they wasted Breece Hall 1,100 yards, 1,000 yards. It's crazy, man.
First one to hit 1,000 rushing yards.
Chris Ivory, 2015, 1,070 yards in 2015. 2015, 1,000-yard rusher. We want to bring in a quarterback like Mendoza and ruin this kid? We can't even get 1,000-yard rusher. 1,000-yard rushers You could find them in the woods somewhere. The Jets haven't had one in 10 years. 10 years, people. 10 years. And we want to develop a quarterback? No, I'm sorry. No. Not with this regime.
Then maybe I'll throw a question out to you. Let's say you guys don't get a quarterback in the draft, which I think you guys will. At what point, like, do you go for like a veteran quarterback maybe? Or
yes. You know what? Go get Kirk Cousins.
Go get
a guy. Go get Kirk Cousins for a year or two and have him mold this kid. Because every time you try to put in a rookie quarterback right in and not try to sit on the sideline and develop that way, it goes to all hell. It's a dumpster fire every time you do it. So you know what? Maybe draft a guy that you really like and say, sit over here, little buddy, and learn from somebody that's been in the league for a couple of years. Because every time we try to put in a quarterback that we draft right in, it doesn't go the way we expect it to.
Or even if you guys do get a guy like Dante Moore, I throw out the scenario, get a guy like Dante Moore and maybe sign to, like you said, maybe the Falcons.
Marcus Mariota. Maybe we can go get a Marcus Mariota. Go get
maybe Brissett.
Gardner Minshew. Go get a guy like Gardner Minshew. Have him play 8 or 9 games, and then maybe you go to the kid, or have him play the whole year and let him sit out and learn the ins and outs of the NFL.
Yeah,
and go get a quarterback that could be decent.
A reunion with Joe Flacco.
It's not. Go get anybody that could run an offense.
Phillip Rivers.
Don't put this. No, Phillip Rivers is no. He's. That's a whole other episode. What they're doing with this guy. I mean,
poor guy. Hey, he just unretired for his extra 5 years of like.
He's got 42 kids and 18 grandchildren in the stands watching the game. It's like, oh, I don't even know what's going on. And he hasn't been horrible either.
No, not horrible.
He's actually been pretty decent. He's been pretty decent. He's held his own. But I mean,
not a guy that you would see as a 1 year thing.
No. Go get somebody that could run an offense and be somewhat serviceable and that wants to teach. That could teach the right way and go show a kid how to be an NFL quarterback and run an NFL offense. But the first thing you have to do in order to be successful is get rid of this guy in the screen.
Okay. I'll throw one more scenario out to you because honestly, it's one that I do have in mind. What if you guys don't draft a young quarterback and not really sign a veteran? What if you guys go and sign or trade for a guy like Kyler Murray? Yes or no?
No. What is he, a little bit better than Justin Fields?
Yeah, he's better than Justin Fields. Yeah,
it's at this point, it's like calling shit poop. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing here. I at this point, no. You know what? You want to do? Put all your cards on the table, take all your draft picks, and go get Lamar Jackson.
Oh my gosh, that could be a conversation point.
You know what? Even though I think he's getting on the overrated conversation because he can't win a big game with a gun to his head. That guy, forget it. If his whole family was tied up, he wouldn't know what to do. Forget it.
What about
another guy?
I'll throw another guy if he does get cut, and it'd be like kind of a vendetta facing against a team in his division. What about Tua? Bringing him in.
You know what?
Like a vendetta.
I get it, but no, I don't want anything to do with Tua. No, I'm sorry. He's too injury prone, and if you're getting benched for Quinn Ewers, let's
right. That's what I'm saying.
Just call it a career. Maybe you should do what we're doing. Maybe talk about sports.
I'll throw you one that I feel like you'll like. My guy from Green Bay that played this past weekend, Malik Willis.
You know what? Yes, it's definitely a possibility, but can he do what he did all year? Can he be that?
Yeah, that's
efficient?
A good point.
Can he be that efficient all season? You know what I mean? I don't know, but you know what? He kind of has Tyrod Taylor vibes to me, where he could run an offense and be successful, but I just don't know how I feel with him for a full year. I want a guy that has done it before, that could go run an offense.
What about Mac Jones?
Yes, go get a Mac Jones. Go get somebody that could run an offense. Literally, that is a quarterback that could pass in the pocket, has some type of mobility, could throw on the run. Go get somebody like that. Go get somebody that's a veteran. That's what they need. They need a veteran. They need someone to teach these guys because right now they don't have a system in place that could develop quarterbacks. They just don't have it. They do not have it.
No way in hell reunion with Zach Wilson.
No, come on. What are you, trolling me? They skipped. Miami skipped over Zach Wilson to play Quinn Ewers. What are we talking about here?
Yeah, supposedly Zach Wilson was very upset at that decision.
Wouldn't you?
Well, it kind of shows like his talent, I guess, right?
It kind of shows that you should probably be flipping burgers at Wendy's. It's common close. Or write a book. Right? Yeah, that's what these guys do. They write a book. They go on. They do a podcast. They become a motivational speaker. Maybe that's what they should be doing.
Maybe we'll see, like in a few years.
Aaron Glenn should be a motivational speaker. The effort was there today.
The effort was there today. We're gonna hear him on a We're gonna hear him on a podcast 5 years from now.
But their guys just made the plays. The effort was there, but their guys just made the plays, and we didn't. So we have to fix that. Oh, thanks, Captain Obvious. How many more conversations and press conferences can Jet fans hear? Seriously, enough is enough. Enough is enough.
And if you look at the roster that the Jets have, like in general, like there's talent there. Like there's like, and I'm not talking about the quarterback, but like, Garrett Wilson, I feel bad for him because he led the Jets in receiving yards this year. And right now,
he hasn't played in a month and a half. That's how bad they are.
Yeah.
Come on, man. It's 2 months. Is it not 2 months that he's missed?
Yeah, since October 12th.
There you go. 2.5 months he's been out.
And he's still leaving.
He still leaves. It's a joke, bro. It's a joke. They are a joke of a franchise. I'm not one of these guys that sits here and goes, I know they can fix it. No, I know they can't fix it. They've seen this song and dance for the last 15, 20 years, man. They haven't had a winning record since 2015, and they still didn't make the playoffs that year.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
That's how putrid of an organization they are. And not for nothing, you want to know what really fixes this? Forget about firing Glenn and whatever.
Go up with Woody Johnson.
Sell the team, Woody, because you are just like. He even admitted it. He's like, I don't think I'm that good of an owner when it comes to winning. Who says that?
Yeah,
who says that?
Imagine Hal Steinbrenner saying that about the Yankees. Just imagine. Put that into
But they win. They win every year. At least they put a winning product out on the field, and they get to the playoffs every year. At least they give you hope. The Jets have not given anybody hope. Point. The Yankees win 94 games. They get to the playoffs. They've gotten to a World Series. They've won under Hal. With Hal's,
leadership more so, I guess.
Leadership. Right? They've won divisions. They've gotten to playoffs. Like the Yankee fans don't have a problem there. They just have a problem getting over the hump of winning the actual World Series. The Jets, we got to actually be competitive in order to get to where we want to be. They're not competitive.
Yeah, and it's kind of frustrating I know there's going to be Jets fans watching this episode, and they're going to be all like, wow, I think JB's calling it what it is and calling it real as fuck, because you could think about it like, calling it a spade. It's just like, you can't continue doing the same dumb shit. And I feel like that's what they're doing right now. Like the same, because even I had hopes and that's maybe me for being my mental just went wrong when I thought that Justin Fields for a second.
I said it from the start. Everyone was like, oh, JV, you're not giving him a chance. I said the Steelers were 4-2 with this guy and decided, you know what? We're going to bench you for Russell Wilson. What's Russell Wilson doing now?
He's about to start working for CBS.
He's about to start working for I don't know who. Maybe he could work on one of Ciara's tours or something. Maybe he could drive the bus or something for the crew.
He's getting good at MSG.
The Giants gave him $10 million, and you figured, oh, Jackson Dart's going to be the backup for the entire year because they're paying Wilson a pretty penny. And what was it? Week 5, he was out. What are we actually talking about? What are we actually talking about?
I think it's. Unfortunately, like I said, because there's a lot of Jets fans that want to see this team turn the corner, and drafting quarterbacks recently hasn't really been their forte. The guy that they recently drafted, not in the first round, but the guy Jordan Travis, which I was actually a fan of from Florida State,
had to retire from injuries.
He had to retire because he was just not recovering from his injury that he suffered, which was a massive injury. And I think one day that guy's gonna have like a what if documentary, because, bro, coming out of Florida State, they were undefeated. And that last game, he has the most brutal, catastrophic injury. The Jets still take a chance on him. He can't recover from the injury. He retires. Zach Wilson, Sam Darnold. I just feel like
it's been one debacle after the next, man. It's been one debacle after the next.
They got to hit on one. You know what I mean? Look at this, bro. Even if it's
been
Dante
50
Moore,
years. They got a hit on one. It's been 60 years.
I mean,
It's been like,
yeah, I get
what
you.
What are we really talking about? They got a hit on one.
Yeah,
It's been 60 years. Joe Namath is still alive. He was drunk and won that Super Bowl.
yeah,
What are we actually talking about? It's that's how putrid of an organization they are. It's that's how bad they are.
yeah. I mean, if you look at all the other teams in here, real quick, just to end off the video and everything, the Raiders, I know they had their franchise. I mean, at that point,
no. Why would the Raiders trade down? They're not going to trade down.
They're not going to trade down.
They need Fernando Mendoza.
And I feel like Moore, if you guys get Moore, it's just like, don't play him right away. I don't think that'd be smart if you guys play.
I wouldn't even want to play Mendoza right away. How about that?
Yeah, you know what though?
Unless the Jets went out and cleaned house and they brought in guys that could develop a quarterback, then I'd say, you know what, we're in position to do so now. If you're going to roll with this same circus group, then no, you shouldn't do anything.
This? How many? If you guys do retain Aaron Glenn, have him for one more year, what's going to be the leash on him at that point next year? 3-4 games, maybe.
I don't even honestly. I think it'd be a travesty to bring him back. Because realistically, what's the turnaround going to be? Are they going to go 9-8 next year? Are they going to go out and get a veteran quarterback that could win games? Are they going to fix the defense? The defense is giving up 30 points a game right now. What are we actually doing? We can't stop the run. We can't get off the field on third down. We're the worst defense in the league when it comes to third down efficiency. We are absolutely trash. I've been telling everybody for years, this has been not just a Steve Wilkes problem. It was a Jeff Ulbrich problem as well. They couldn't get off the field on third down. I don't know what it is. If it's personnel, if it's their scheme, I really don't understand. They are just atrocious in every sense of the word when it comes to defense. They don't have an interception, bro. They don't have an interception.
Yeah, that's.
They don't have one interception. Like, what we're going into week 18.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Even if you aren't a Jets fan,
got a clean house. Got a clean house, man.
And I mean, the funny thing about it, if you look at really quickly before we actually end off this time, both New York teams are on here in 2 and 3. It kind of speaks volume of where New York football is at right now.
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely.
The Giants, I mean, they're ahead of you for a reason. They haven't been any better. Like, really?
No, absolutely not. But I mean, their future looks a lot brighter.
Yeah, it does. It does. But it's because they got their guy. Like, they got their quarterback. And
honestly, here's my thing. Why can't the Jets do that? At least Jackson Dart has gone out there and showed you he could run on offense. It looks like if you get him now, if you pay him with Neighbors next year, a healthy Malik Neighbors.
And you know what? Whoever they get,
it looks like the sky's the limit. And now, if they draft high, they have a high draft pick. You know, they go out and maybe fix the defense. They draft a linebacker. I know there's a couple big time linebackers that could possibly go, and maybe they fix their defense a little bit and they shore up that end of the ball. Jackson Dart doesn't look like he's been the issue in one of the Giants losing games the last few weeks.
They're going to get a new coach as well. Like this,
they're going to get a new coach. Kafka's not going to be the guy. Maybe they go out and hire McCarthy. Imagine they go get McCarthy. That'll be a nice pairing.
Yeah,
he works with Jackson Dart. Maybe they go out and get they solidify a number 2 receiver.
Yeah, maybe they could get this guy. Neighbors. They could get this guy. Maybe even if they trade down and get this guy from Ohio State, Carnell Tate, this receiver, like, you know, pair a guy up with Neighbors, and I think that'd be really fire for you guys. I think. No matter what, even if it's Moore, even if it's Mendoza, like let's say the Raiders do beat the Chiefs and the Giants move up to the number 1 pick, call the Giants. Trade one of that Dallas's picks that you guys got, or trade the pick that you guys got from the Colts, one of those late first rounders,
right,
to get your quarterback of your future. Because at this point, that's what you guys need, to be honest, like a solidified future star quarterback. And I think Mendoza could be that. Truly, I do believe. I think Moore could be that, but like I said, under the right head coach.
Right. And not for nothing, I think Pete Carroll would work better with Mendoza than anybody on the Jets right now.
Well, he might be one and done too. The report that came out today.
He may be one and done as well, but that whole roster is a dumpster fire. They need to fix that roster. They need to fix that roster from head to toe. So that might not be
they got Genty rotting over there, to be honest.
Rotting. And they don't have a star wide receiver. You know,
Well, who would have thought giving Geno Smith that money was the right idea, right? Mentally, I guess.
I laughed when they gave Geno Smith that money. There was a reason that the Seahawks let him walk and went after Darnold. So kudos to them for realizing what they had and what they let go. So
funny enough, before the Seahawks had signed Sam Darnold, I thought he could have been an option for you guys, a reunion. But
he could have. But guess what? With what pieces and what coaching was Sam Darnold going to thrive?
Yeah.
Not in this regime. I'm telling you, if the Jets know what to do, and if they want to listen to me, go out and fire everybody.
Everybody, even Woody Johnson, sell the team.
Keep Muji as GM. He did a nice job fleecing the Colts for those first round picks and for fleecing Dallas.
They got 3 first-round picks out of that. That's I think some seconds, right?
Quinn Williams has 1 sack as a Dallas Cowboy, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, exactly.
So
right.
So
that's crazy, bro.
They traded away pass rush. The Cowboys saw what they were getting, and I think the Jets fleeced both the Cowboys and the Colts at the end of the day. So you know what? Keep him for able to execute that trade and let him go hire a head coach. Go let him hire a defensive coordinator, get a new offensive coordinator, fix that damn team, fix that damn organization, because you will not see Jet fans at MetLife next year. I'm telling you right now.
Will they see you at MetLife next year or no?
No, absolutely not. No.
No chance in hell. Let's pull this up one more time, ladies and gentlemen. One and done for Glenn. If he's not one and done, will they see you at MetLife next year or no?
Nah. Adios, amigo. To Aaron Glenn. I'm sorry. Adios. Don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out either.
Jeez. All right. Well, that's gonna wrap it up. We're of the Tankathon episode. I know it was very much Jets reliant, but like I said, the Giants, Raiders, one of those teams are gonna get Mendoza. Not the Giants. But you know what? There was a report that came out and I guess
they
would
trade Dart and try to go after Mendoza. Yeah.
Come on, some of these reporters have really lost it. If that's, you know what though, if somehow that's true, that
what do you think Fernando Mendoza's thinking right now? I may go to one of these 3 job organizations. I may be cooked.
You know what though? I would kind of rather want to go. I don't know. I'd rather want to go to the Jets or Raiders. That's
don't go anywhere. No, don't go to the Jets, man. Anywhere but the Jets is better. I'm telling you.
But you know what though? I mean, they have the best receiver out of them. Throw to Garrett Wilson at least.
Yeah, but the playbook is from Madden.
And they actually have a somewhat competent O-line compared to the Raiders. I'll say that.
Yeah. Okay. That's and Breece Hall is a nice running back addition.
Yeah. You go to the Raiders, and they don't fix that O-line, you might be on IR by week 4.
But the Jets don't score, so it doesn't really matter who's over there. So that's what I'm saying. Fire everybody. Just fire.
We'll throw the question out to you guys in the comment section. Who do you think is going to go where? Who do you think is going to end up with the number 1 pick? We'll do another episode next week when the draft order is finalized with JB. Mike should be on here, especially if the Giants get the number 1 overall pick. I know he'll be ecstatic because he ain't going to be drafting. I think for the Giants, it'd be very, very – I would see his reaction if they somehow don't trade back and get a quarterback and trade Dart. Oh, that would be one of the worst.
That would be wild. No, that would be – no, that's like charge the gates type stuff.
Bro. I mean, I'm high on Mendoza, but at least Dart got that system established already. At least to an extent.
He looks like he could run an NFL offense. He looks like he's competent.
Yeah,
and he looks like he's not the issue of why they've been losing games recently.
I agree. So, like I said, let us know what you guys think about JB's rant in the comment section. He's just keeping it what it is, folks. Keeping it honest, keeping it real. A lot of Jets fans won't tell you this, but JB, he calls the bluff, especially with Aaron Glenn. He thinks this should be one and done, no more another year. Look, hey, think about it like this. If you look at the AFC East, Gerard Mayo left, Mike Vrabel's in. Look at where they're at right now. Think about that. He was one and done, Gerard Mayo. So
you got to get somebody in there with experience, and that's going to hold people accountable. I don't think Aaron Glenn is doing that. I think this team looks like he keeps saying effort. Like I mentioned, I don't see any effort. They need a whole new energy. Honestly,
I like McCarthy for you guys. Mike McCarthy. I think that'd be a good one.
I would like McCarthy too. I think he would control that room a lot better and the
Yeah.
offensive side of the ball, and go out and get a solid D coordinator who has a proven track record. Stop getting guys with 1 or 2 years and they don't have a track record. Go out and get a guy that's been doing this 6, 7, 8 years and that's been running a formidable top 10 defense. Just go do it. Go do something.
Yeah.
Go do something.
Let us know what you guys think. As always, from me and JB, we appreciate you guys for the love and support. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Make sure to like this video. We'll be back at it. Like I said, we're going crazy in 2026, ending this year off with a bang. We'll catch you guys on the next one.